What's up, everybody? Oh boy, do I have an episode for you. I am so excited about this one. This is a band that I've been obsessed with and friends with and playing shows with forever. They've come out to all of the shows that I've played pretty much since we met, consistently all the time. And we kind of met through that. Really, really fun. 0 Degrees North is on the show, or it's 2/3 of 0 Degrees North. It's Ava and Garrett, the bass player and the guitarist singer. Really fun. The only warning I have for this one is that the mic does drop a couple times. I'm using a different mic for this one just because it's easier to capture more than one person. Mic drops a couple times, and I fixed one of them, but fuck it, you can just deal with the rest of them because it's not that big of a deal, and it's free. So thank you so much again for listening. I really hope you have a fun time. This one's wild, wicked, and crazy. Ava is all over the place, and within 10 seconds into the show, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Please enjoy 0 Degrees North. Hi, say something. Hello.
Okay, I'm
How's
saying
it going?
something. What?
What's up? I'm so happy. I'm so legitimately happy to hang out with you guys right now because there's so many things that I want to talk about, and there's so many things that this is just honestly a opportunity, an excuse for me to hang out and just talk to you guys and get to know you guys. I'm really excited for this.
We were talking before, this thing turned on, and it was freaking amazing. You're so freaking cool, dude. This is great.
The conversation is going to be booming.
Yeah, I really hope so. So first, let's introduce who our voices are. So, starting from you.
Okay, hi, I'm Garrett.
Hi, I'm Ava.
Of course you would do that. So Ava is the higher pitched voice, obviously. And what do you play?
I play bass.
Okay.
I guitar.
You guitar, and then who are we missing?
Annabelle. She plays drums. She kicks ass.
She is awesome.
She's all the talent.
She seriously.
You're only as good as your drummer.
Oh my gosh, that makes us.
I'm glad that you guys have a good drummer. That means that we suck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's the best. Yeah. But
his fills are amazing.
Holy
Sorry, I love
they have no rhyme or reason. They're just like yeah,
it's just amazing.
He just comes from the Dave Grohl of school. Just play hard and fast and loud.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But anyway, so I don't want to talk about Austin as much as I love him to death. Yeah. I want to talk to you guys. So first, let's just get the elephant out of the way. You just put out something.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah. It was, what was it?
It was
something musical.
It was our EP for the Life of Randy Randallson.
Shaboom, which we had it was a single for Randy, and then we were just like, okay, cool, we have more music. And so...
yeah, we had a bunch more songs, and then we were like, let's do an EP. And our drummer Annabelle figured out that all the songs kind of went together into this horrible, twisted life of a guy named Randy Randallson.
That was an accident? It wasn't
it was an accident.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought it was conceptual.
It was great.
It turned into a conceptual EP by accident.
Yeah, because I was laying in bed, getting ready, and Annabelle texts me, and she's just like, dude, I found out something super cool about our music, right? And I'm like, okay, what? She's like, everything is about Randy. And I'm like, dude, tell me. And it was just okay, so there's this guy, right? And he has a horrible life, right? His teachers and his friends tell him that he will not do well. He gets bullied in school, and then he grows up and has a horrible life, gets married to this guy, gets married because he had sex before marriage, and
had kids, ruined his life.
Had kids, broken condoms, ruined his life, so then he, so he treats him like crap because, he hates himself. And so that goes until, Randy's son. And then Randy's son gets, basically turns up exactly like his dad. And then, that was, all in a text or something. And I was like, dude.
And there you have the new EP by 0 Degrees North, summed up in one run-on sentence. But a brilliantly crafted run-on sentence. You are so much fun to listen to. Yeah, I love it. I was talking to them briefly before we started the show that I didn't completely it didn't click with me yet, 0 Degrees North. Like, I knew they were like a geek punk band, and I knew that they were into, I could tell that what kind of music they were into, but it wasn't until I heard the single Randy that it was like an audible click in my head, and it was like, oh, this is so good. And that's all I listen to. Like, if you guys, like, whatever number your Spotify is at, like, half of that is me on the song Randy.
Actually, a lot of it is actually us. No, because like we were hanging out with Ray one day, and Randy.
Wait, the Randy's a real person?
Yeah, he's my friend, and he actually...
Your friend.
Really?
He's my friend, and apparently he convinced his whole class and his teacher that his name was Randy, even though his name is Raymond.
Yes.
So he convinced all of them his name was Randy Randallson. So we just kind of went with it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where you got the name from?
Yeah.
And I think there's like a lyric where it's just like, oh, after, Randy kills his friend, his family, he moves to Arizona and changes his name to Raymond. So we're trying to get Ray arrested.
Here's the thing, like, I'm super into horror and true crime and all this kind of stuff. So when it was like a fun pop punk song about a guy killing his family, I was like, take all my money. Like, this is what I want. So into it.
Oh, thank you.
So I want to go backwards because this is something that I know nothing about, only from like creeping your guys' Facebook profiles.
Yep, makes sense.
Like breathing heavy and looking through. You were like a band. You guys have been playing together for a long time. Like, I've only known about you for like a precious little amount of time, but you've been together, at least you two, definitely, right? Was Annabelle always in the picture?
Yeah,
actually,
we've been playing far too long to be this bad.
That should be your fucking like Instagram about thing.
Oh my gosh, we should change it.
We actually really should.
Yeah, well, that's like, yes, good job, dude.
Or like a t-shirt or something.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually the newest member of the band. Yeah.
Yeah. It was me,
4 years,
and then our drummer Annabelle and a guy named Ethan. And we were all endangered species, and we were shit.
Fucking loved endangered
species.
species.
And then Ava came along, and we were still endangered species. Then the guitarist quit because we didn't play a song that he wanted to play. That we
I'm
all
sure there was
didn't
more
like playing.
to it, but like his dad like sent us a email about how we were like jerks to him, and we were just like, wait, what? Because like, our relationship is like just
mean,
mean,
nice.
but it's fine.
That's how all the best. Okay, all the little sidetrack here. All of the bands who I truly love, who are in the local scene, all are fucking awful to each other, and that's important.
Yeah.
Like, because I had Sunland over, and the entire time Sunland was over, they were punching each other, calling each other stupid, saying they suck to their instruments, like poking each other in the ear. Like that's important. I think bands need that kind of. It's like mean camaraderie.
Yeah, it's like a kind of like family relationship.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like the only child, and Garrett's like the most brother.
The shithead older brother.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
You're only older than me by like what 5 months.
Like Bill Paxton and Weird Science. Like you're just the big bully.
Weird Science.
Yeah, I have that record, dude.
Oh, nice.
It's really good. I like only one go. But so what? So when did you join then?
I joined when it was endangered species.
When was that?
Oh God.
3 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know, but like
And at the time we were like a rock band, sort of like a classic rock almost.
You guys did a cover of War Pigs and like Tom Sawyer.
And
No,
Led
was
Zeppelin.
that Tom Sawyer?
No,
Yeah.
we did I forget what the song
It
was,
was like
but it
the
was Led
house
Zeppelin.
band.
Why?
But that was like.
We
were getting into music.
were
getting
small.
into music.
No, you're fine. I
Like
did the same thing.
cover bands, but like
I did the same thing.
I was in like a different band that broke up, and that's when I played the piano. And basically, like I hated the piano.
Why?
Because just alright, my mom made me do piano lessons, and I never liked that. And then I went back to piano because I was like, you know what? It's something I kind of know how to play. Maybe I can play it well.
What's important? It's gonna make you a great musician.
It helped, yeah, exactly. But like,
bourgeois piano.
And I was like, yeah. But then it's just like a keyboardist and like a rock band. But then like that rock band broke up, and I'm all endangered species needs a bass player. Maybe I should play the bass. Like
so
that's what
made you want to start playing bass?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I plucked like my old bassist
Uh-huh.
bass sometimes, but it wasn't good. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna play bass now. My mom like actually like got me a bass, and I was like, this is crazy. This is just like a phase. I know what's going on. This is what happened with freaking the keyboard. Like, why are you buying me a bass, right? And I start doing it, and like 2 days later, like David calls, and he's just like, hey, you want to be an endangered species? And I'm like smiling, cause like I freaking loved you guys.
Ha, nerd.
Yeah, cause no, seriously, but I thought you guys were great because you guys were like the best band in rock and roll high school, other than Smoke Snaps.
Oh, you guys were like a part of like a
yeah.
rock and roll high school thing.
Yeah,
is that like a separate? Is that like just your high school, or was it a school?
No,
of rock?
I wish. No,
it's a program that this guy named Steve Berg put together. He takes a bunch of different kids who play.
Is it School of Rock, or is
it's kind of like
School
it's
of Rock.
like that, but it's
takes
different?
all these kids, puts them in bands.
I was in the same exact thing when I was
Exactly.
I was in 7th grade. I did the same thing. We did like All on the Watchtower with Jimi Hendrix and a bunch of lame
Yeah.
songs that none of us had ever heard before.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what got us together.
That's how we all met, and all through that. And occasionally, like, we play shows still with Rock and Roll High School because it's like festival stuff.
Yeah.
And Steve needs bands,
and we
so
like
it's
to
like,
play. So
There
it's
you go.
like,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
let's play
try
a
to
show.
play any.
Yeah, a lot of people have like a negative thing about maybe not that, but specifically School of Rock, the brand itself, because there's like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I think like whatever you need to do what you want to do works. Like especially if you have a relationship with these people, like that if it's gonna help you, do it.
And
Yeah.
even to just play more shows.
And
Play more shows. Hell yeah, that's the most important part. Like play as many shows as you can. Play shows until you get burnt out on the music you're playing. Then write more music and do it again.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we did the same thing.
Oh,
Our
really?
first year, we played like almost 50 shows and burnt ourselves out. We were so sick of the music.
Dude.
And then we took a little month off, and then that's probably around. We think we met you guys right around the burnout.
Oh,
I think
wow.
right at the tail end. Like I think when we met you at the Record Room show, I think that was probably about when we were really, really bummed on the music and we were kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
And then we took a month off right after that, and then we wrote a bunch of new music.
Yeah. It's probably why you guys were super tight, because I think we met you guys like before Record Room, because we went to your house show.
Oh, the house show, that's right.
And it was like amazing.
Oh, you know what? No. Okay, then I met you right after it sparked back up. Because the house shows that you got when we were throwing house shows at Josh's house, that was the let's come back and be awesome again.
Right. That's probably why you guys were super tight and like energetic, and all those house shows were freaking great.
We were so excited to see you guys there. We were like, oh fuck, like I recognize, because you're a really recognizable face. You both are. Both of you guys are immediately recognizable people. Like I'm sure even the podcast people can tell like how interesting you look as well as that. But like. You're amazing people to be around.
It's our noses. They're huge.
Yep.
They're just
it's witchcraft.
It's witchcraft. Sprinkle some dust. So what? Okay, then obviously you're the catalyst to this. Then, so what made you want to start playing music in the first place?
Well, when I was a baby, I heard not baby, but toddler, I heard really cool guitar solos. And I was like, I want to do that. And then I realized it's hard.
Yeah.
And punk music is fun and easy.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's why punk rock exists.
It's fun. It's easy enough because I'm not that great of a guitarist. I'm just not.
I'm not either.
Bullshit, but yeah.
I'm not either. Like, what was the then? So punk rock is what made you want to start playing music then?
Yeah, with a band.
What was the record what were you listening to?
Like. I guess it's not punk really, but Nirvana. Like
okay,
they really got me into it.
Yeah.
And then the Descendants. The Descendants that was the rabbit hole. Like, oh my god.
Do you remember the song? Like, what's the song
Hope.
that did it? Hope? Oh, Hope?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, it was my age for me when we did the because like Annabelle was like, let's do this cover, and just the bass line.
I think the song that got me, I think I was kind of toying with the Descendants, but I think the song that really made me fall in love with them was Kabuki Girl.
Kabuki.
Yeah, because I heard the song Kabuki Girl mentioned in a NoFX song, Stitches.
Yeah, NoFX mentions bands all the time.
I know.
I respect them so much.
I love the song Stitches. So like I remember after that, I was like, oh okay, so this is the song that I should probably listen to. And I think I already had the album downloaded or something. I listened to it, and that's when I was like, oh fuck yeah, I love this. But honestly though, I'm not gonna lie, Everything Sucks was my first favorite album by them. That was because that album is a really good introduction without.
Yeah, because it's like a mix of like punk and pop punk.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the perfect. just was perfect.
It is perfect. Yeah. No Effects is a huge one for me too. I got kind of disenfranchised on them as I got older, but I really loved like the Never Trust a Hippie EP is one of my favorite releases by a punk band.
Their EP that I really like is like Stoked Extinguisher.
Stoked Extinguisher.
Yeah, that one's super awesome. Like,
See, the first song I ever heard from them was Seen Double the Triple Rock.
It was what? Something about party boots, because you were like, dude, listen to this, and
no, that's a different song.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, that's the one.
Oh, Wore
that,
Out the
like,
Souls in My Party Boots?
Yeah,
Wore Out
there
the Souls
it
in My
is.
Party
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, no, I love No Effect. And that was another thing, when you were getting into bass, like, some of those bass lines are awesome.
Holy crap. That and Rancid. Like,
Yeah,
Maximum Murder.
Fuck that song. That song is so hard. I still
I
can't
know,
play the solo on that song.
Dude, I was like, doing homework, and then like, it was going. I was like, oh, this is a cool guitar solo, and then I was like, wait a shit, like what?
If you can play that bass solo, then you're better than me, because I can't play that bass solo.
Dude, and you do a bass solo in like Phantom Party, and I know what song it is. Oh my gosh, I know what song it is, because I'm like, I need to have this song, because oh my gosh, every time you play it on like
I'll show it to
stage,
you after this part. It's not that intense. I'll show it to you after this.
Oh.
It's 100 Skeletons.
Yeah, 100 Skeletons, Shaboom, because I know it was just like the title track or something.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, every time you play that, I'm always that one like person in the background who like no one else is saying anything, they're just enjoying it. But I'm like, yeah!
I'm so glad that's you.
Yeah, that's me, like always. I love it.
At what point did you guys start to get really confident about your band and start to really feel, because that is a pivotal moment in people's music when they start to realize like, oh fuck, maybe we could actually do this. You know what I mean?
We have yet.
Yeah. I don't think we've made it that far.
No.
Really? You haven't gotten there yet? You guys
we're
have played some killer shows though, and
Yeah.
I feel like we've been slowly getting
you have
more
a decent following.
confident.
Yeah,
you do.
We have a more following in Bisbee than we do Phoenix, Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Did you guys do really well at the festival down there or something like that?
Yeah, we played one show there, and then just everybody just freaking loved us, and then the
Really?
festival, and then everybody, I don't know.
Yeah, people
That's
like
interesting.
traveled from Tucson to come see us,
Really?
which is like like basically like Phoenix, but whatever.
Yeah.
It was like pretty crazy actually.
That's so interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. We turned down that festival, which was stupid. We should have done it.
Holy shit.
We
Bisbee's
almost
like the
played that.
greatest.
That's
like,
what
That's what we were all thinking. We were like, fucking Bisbee. What's in Bisbee? Like, we're not gonna go. But
You need to get.
I think we were all broke, and we didn't like, because they had that festival thing and they weren't paying, and I think we were just like, at the time we probably could have made it happen if we really fucking tried for it, but like we were like, oh, I mean, it's a really far drive, and we don't have anywhere to stay. And
totally worth it.
Yeah.
We know like a couple people to stay with. One of these days, we should like plan a show where both of our bands go down and everything. That would be freaking weird.
I'm excited. We're playing Flagstaff soon. I've never played Flagstaff before. I'm really excited.
We've
show
never.
at Flagstaff.
We don't know how.
I don't. Someone hit it. We know the guys in Combust, and Combust asked us to play a show with them. That's the only way that we got the show.
We want to play a show.
But the Hive, I mean, you could probably. I could probably hit you in the right direction. I think I have some people for you.
That'd be great.
I do have some Flagstaff people.
We've been trying to do like an Arizona tour.
Do it.
Like
it's
just
very hard.
everywhere.
Do it.
But like Jerome, all the venues you have to be 21. Flagstaff isn't responding.
Flagstaff-
Tucson just doesn't respond.
Dude,
either.
there's nothing in Phoenix, but there is no scene in Arizona but Phoenix. Go out of state. Go to Colorado. Colorado's the shit. Colorado changed our lives, dude.
Really?
Colorado is like, we went to Colorado and we played the entire state. So we played Colorado Springs, which is at the bottom, Denver, which is more towards the middle, and then Fort Collins, which is at the top, almost to Wyoming. All 3 times we played to completely different bands of completely different backgrounds with completely different crowds, and all 3 shows we did wonderful. And we made more money, we sold more merch, they actually pay you for shows there,
Nice.
and the people are ridiculously nice. You can't walk, like, in Phoenix, everyone stares at their feet because they're afraid of, like, the fuck you looking at? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not in Colorado, not in any part of Colorado.
No way.
Everywhere, everyone's like waving at you and nodding at you, and like we were trying to park the van, and we were like, I was trying to like, it was just hard to park the van. I didn't know if I had enough room. So this dude just walking down the street, listening to his headphones, minding his own business, like, oh yeah, you guys are good. Come in a little bit more. You're totally good. Like, how just parked the van and just walked away.
That
is
awesome.
Like, people in Colorado are amazing. It's only a 14-hour drive, which like you can do between 2 people in one night in two shifts, or stop one place.
We could do that.
Dude, it's amazing. Colorado's great. California's cool. California can be kind of a pain in the ass, unless you're working with cool people, because most of it's pay to play.
Right. That's probably been our problem, dude.
Which sucks. But dude, Colorado's not like that, and I know promoters there like, you guys should fucking play Colorado.
When you guys did it, did you guys just like sleep in the van?
Yes and no. We tried to sleep in the van, and then what ended up happening was we tried to sleep in the van. We did that the first night. Josh has sleep apnea, so he uses a sleep, like a breathing machine, which makes it really hard for him to sleep in the van because he can't plug in the sleeping machine.
Right.
So so we got a hotel, we got a hotel for the nights that we were there, like cheap hotels, just because we could afford them, and he needed to be able to sleep. Yeah. But the van sucked. Like we like, you guys totally could, because you're fucking 5'10". Like you guys could totally pull it off because you're all 5'10" or
We just
under.
need to wait for you guys to be 18 so that their parents can't say no.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Parents!
Why don't they shut up? So, originally, okay. So, what were you singing the same kind of songs that you do now? Like, how has your music changed from Endangered Species to 0 Degrees North? And where? Yeah, just answer that first.
There was a guitar solo in every song.
Yes.
Of Endangered, sometimes 2.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes 2.
Little
I think
like,
maybe in 1 there was like 3. I don't know.
I
it was
swear.
ridiculous. That, and I think lyrically we've changed
Was it punk
immensely.
music?
Okay, we had one punk song that I still adore today. It was
Oh.
called Count Dolphin. Okay.
You should do it now. Do it at 0 Degrees North.
Oh
if you like it so
my
much.
gosh, it was
We
just
just
great.
need to remember how to play it.
Oh,
we
dude,
can look it up.
I don't
It'll be
remember. Like it's on Spotify. Count
Oh,
Dolphin.
shit.
Do you want me to look it up? It's like
Yes.
Your battery's only at like 3%.
it's
I'll look it up.
fine.
All right.
It's
Save your
cool.
battery.
No, it's fine. I got this.
Endangered Species, Count
Endangered
Dolphin.
There's a guitar solo in this one.
Wait, Count Dolphin and Dolphin. Oh, never mind. That's really fun.
The lyrics.
I know Ethan sang this one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. You guys always like that.
It's fun and yeah,
I once was a vampire, but now I am a dolphin.
John, I don't need to hear anymore. That's amazing. Where the fuck did those lyrics come from? For those of you who couldn't... My shit dropped. For those of you who couldn't hear, the lyric was, I once was a vampire and now I am a dolphin.
Yeah. I was bitten by a dolphin named Raoul. So swimming in the Indian Ocean with Count Dracula, and then when suddenly he came up and
he bit me, and then it goes dum 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 down dolphin, and this was I think we were jamming, and like he came up with those brilliant lyrics. Now,
You totally have to play that now.
seriously,
Yeah, we really do.
oh.
Except shorten that intro, man.
Yeah, holy
Yeah,
crap,
sure.
that's so long. But then it comes in and it's funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So my original. So obviously it's changed a lot since then. Your music has.
Yeah.
Were you just like? Were you more? Did you have more freedom now? Is that why you started writing more punk songs? Or how did that-
Yeah.
More like-minded.
Yeah, with our old guitarist Ethan, he had a very set like idea in mind, and it was like a rock what he wanted to play, and his mom was very controlling about everything we did, so that was really annoying. And then he left, and we decided let's just do this punk thing, and then
Here we are.
and then we just started doing that.
That's awesome. So what are your favorite musicians? And you can't mention Lombardo, and you can't mention the fucking singer of. Or the guitarist of Descendants, whose name I can't remember.
Me neither. I don't know.
That's okay.
Dude, I don't know. Like everybody always asks me, "What's your favorite bass player?" And I'm like, "Shit."
And who do you
shit,
usually say?
Shit. I usually go shit. Cause like I always blank, and I never really have like a set person who I really like. There's always like parts of some songs where it just you know. But
Yeah.
then like and it it honestly because whenever I like something, like I physically have to smile.
Oh,
Or
same
I
way.
or I
Same
laugh
way.
like
Me too.
out loud, and I know like there was like Death was one of those bands where it was just like,
Oh, Death is amazing.
holy shit, dude.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah. And some like no effects bass lines and Maxwell Murder, of course. It's freaking amazing.
I worked so hard to figure that out.
It's never like one oh, Flea, Shaboom. Flea is a god.
Yeah. I saw them live, dude. Like Flea.
Really?
I saw them live
Nice.
on the Stadium Arcadium tour because I'm an old man. And
Yeah.
it was like 2006 is when I saw them. He was in a Lakers outfit, and Chad was in a glow in the dark drum set. But like the show was kind of lame.
Oh, that's okay.
They were good, but it was an arena show. And I think like they were like Anthony never talked to the audience at all, and it was just kind of like.
It's just like
but
we're here to play
I was
music.
bummed, dude. I that really made me think I wasn't into music anymore, because I was obsessed with music and I wanted to be a musician. I was like 12 years old, and I saw Chili Peppers, and I thought it was gonna change my life, but it made me really bummed out. But what I realized as I got older was because I was in an arena show and I was in the nosebleeds in the back. That's why it sucked.
Yeah.
Because then I saw like an up close like real show, and that's when I was like, okay, this is what it's about.
Dude, I am so embarrassed, but like my first like actual concert.
Don't be embarrassed, because I bet mine's worse.
What was yours?
So mine was Sheryl Crow.
Mine was Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yours is way worse.
Not even fucking Hannah Montana.
The best of both worlds.
It wasn't. No, I remember I was in elementary school and my mom's like, "You haven't been to a concert before. We're going to Miley Cyrus." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I go and it was kind of cool. She got on a motorcycle and went like
Nice.
around, it was like a flying motorcycle, and she went like around, and like I went back and this like bratty like girl was just like, "Oh, you went to a Miley Cyrus concert? I'm going to a Hannah Montana one." And I was like, "Well, fuck you!" Like, but like I was never like a fan of Miley Cyrus, like never. I didn't even like Hannah Montana the show, but she won, and that's okay. But
That's
like
alright.
my next one was Weezer though, so that
There you go. See,
that made up for it.
Same with me. My first one was Sheryl Crow. Chili Peppers was after that. What was
Yeah.
yours then, Garrett?
My first one, I don't even remember who it was. All I know is some country artist that my mom won tickets
What was the
to.
first one that you remember?
First
real
one that I remember? I think it was a rock and roll high school show.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the first famous? Come on, what's the
Famous,
first famous
yeah.
band that you
Like
saw?
famous band I saw? Like local famous or like famous?
Dude, face freaking Miley Cyrus. Come on.
Okay, well then probably Weezer, yeah.
Weezer?
See, that's
Okay.
awesome.
No, it wasn't. It was
It was Rage.
Journey.
Oh,
Nice.
dude, yeah.
Journey.
Yes.
Remember. I think.
What was the first local famous? Who was local famous that you saw?
Probably the first local famous I saw was Wolves.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you didn't know that they were local famous.
Like they're like really popular like in the local. They're awesome. They're like a punk rap type thing. They broke up for a long time and they're like just started like got back together.
All right.
You saw
So-
AJJ.
I saw AJ, but that wasn't the first.
Yeah,
it
but
was probably Wolves and then Playboy Man Baby was
Oh,
the next big one that
Playboy
I
I
saw.
still haven't seen them live yet.
holy
they're
crap!
so
I know,
much
I
better
still haven't
live.
seen them.
Holy crap!
I'm freaking pissed. They have yet to put their new album on Spotify or anything.
Yeah, I heard about that. People are upset about that.
It's annoying.
Yeah,
Is
no.
it? It's
People are
so
complaining.
And especially the You Can Be a Fascist Too.
I mean, that's there.
That's on Spotify.
That's there, yeah.
They're awesome. I dig them because I'm super into new wave. I'm super into Devo and shit like that. And the singer has such a Devo like
Yeah,
thing
like
going on. I dig it.
It's so great, and like his
like
lyrics.
Yelpy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like Talking Heads
It's
and
always, like,
Devo.
I was so upset because like my family was over, and they're like all Mormons, so they don't get my jokes, and
yeah.
But like I was telling them about Playboy Man Baby and how awesome their lyrics were, and how like they were just like, you and me, we're not all that different. You see, we both got 2 arms, 2 eyes, 8 eyes, and
2
6
arms,
sleeves.
8 eyes, 7 spleens, and 6 tails or something.
No,
like that.
like it's like 2 eyes, 2 feet, 8 arms, like
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And I was saying that, and like they just blankly stared at me, and I'm like, how do you not realize how brilliant and freaking awesome that is? I don't get it.
Your
What?
family
We're
must be so
insane.
confused. Like
I
you come
know.
in, you're excited, you're excitable, you've got asymmetrical hair. Like, I mean, like you're
Yeah.
like, but that's you know what though. Families like that, families who don't get you, especially especially religious families,
Yeah.
don't like they are good for artists.
Yeah.
Because they force artists to overcome, and if you can't overcome as an artist, then you're never going to be a successful artist.
Well, they were like my aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
But like cause like my both of my parents are like the only ones in their family that like left the church.
Yeah.
So I'm like, respect.
Gotcha.
You know?
You were a lucky one.
I
Yeah.
was.
Not good for you.
But I feel bad for my cousins, and they sure as hell feel bad for me. And I'm like, what? You guys?
Yeah.
Aw. I've had the worst conversations with them.
No, I imagine, dude. Like that's good for you, man. Like when I was a kid, I grew up in a town in Ohio. Like I went to Farmersville Elementary School. That's where I'm from. Like
Nice.
my graduating class would have had under 100 people in it. Like it's super small town, more churches than books. Really, really uptight. And like everyone was stupid. There was all white. There's no mixed race whatsoever. So when I got out here, first time I met a Mexican, I was 15 years old. That's how bad the town is.
Oh, wow.
Seriously, not until I moved out to Arizona did I even meet a Mexican. So like, and we had one kid who looked vaguely Mexican, and everyone called him Taco. That's how shitty the town is, which is hilarious. Like, that's like the town that I came from.
Vaguely just
So, yeah, vaguely Mexican.
so bad.
But that's the thing is, it got me so angry that it forced me into being like a free thinker. Like
Yeah.
I discovered Marilyn Manson when I was like 14, and I was like, fuck all of you. Like this is it. Oh man, but that's what you need. Like you need in order to be, at least in my opinion, in order to be like a great free thinker, you need someone to put that fire in your belly. You know what I mean? And that's what growing up, and that's also what all punk comes from. Most of it comes from stuff like that. You know what I
Well,
mean?
actually, a lot of it comes from middle-class white guys who
Oh yeah, let's be real.
are pissed about their parents not letting them stay out late. So.
Yeah. Oh no, that's gonna happen a couple times.
That's okay.
That's okay. I can fix that. Maybe we'll
Nice.
see what happens.
It'll be fine.
But yeah, that's what most of that stuff is. I mean, unless you're... Here's the interesting thing about punk, though, is that the Ramones is who I credit as being like the first out-and-out punk
Right.
band. I mean, there's the Godfathers of punk, like the Stooges and all that kind of stuff, and Velvet Underground and all that. But when you want to talk like pound for pound punk rock music, in my opinion, it's the Ramones that started it all. Sex Pistols had some of the fashion, I guess. But that's all they were. They were an outfit, in my opinion.
They were all freaking fashion. They were
Yeah.
sponsored by, what was it? It was called Sex. That was the store.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, wear our shit. And then, you know, I guess you could play shitty punk music.
Yeah.
And then people are like, yeah!
Yeah, that's why I don't like the Sex Pistols.
Exactly.
So,
They're,
yeah.
First
So
punk band to sell out.
they're like, like the,
But here's what's so punk about the Ramones, though.
Yeah.
So, and not to get in too big of a socio-political mess, but most like political punk rock music now isn't actually edgy at all because it just reaffirms what everybody else who follows them already believes, which
it's
is like
not-
far leftism, all that kind of stuff, which is where I'm believing too. But there's nothing edgy about that because you're just preaching to the choir. It's
Right.
safe.
You should do far rightism.
Well, here's the thing.
They
Nazi
do
punks,
have it.
Nazi
Listen.
punks.
Nazi punks.
Like, here's the thing. Like, Ramones, they were all pro-Reagan. They were all conservatives.
Yeah.
They were pro-Reagan and Reagan-era, like, regime. So there's, like, pictures of Ramones with, like, fuck communism, like, stuff.
Right?
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
were all, like, far-right, and that's what makes them even, I don't know, it's just an interesting
Dude,
diatribe.
but like punk is kind of like an interesting thing to discuss is because like this subculture has many subcultures and different meanings and like
And then just
punk-
offshoots and
exactly
random stuff.
and that's because like punk means something different to all people.
Oh, yeah.
That's why nobody can classify really punk
And-
all that much except for like a lot of people are just like, oh, it's just like dirt rag kids that, you know, want to be cool. I don't know.
And the conversation about what punk is so ridiculous.
Seriously.
I mean, the best answer I've ever heard is Noodles from The Offspring said, I'm trying to get the quote exact. I think he said, what's more punk than not being punk at all?
Seriously.
And I'm like, that's true. Like, at what point do you just become full circle?
Exactly. Like,
Like
just some like, well,
Like one day you have a bunch of piercings and tattoos,
Yeah.
and the next day you're like mowing your lawn.
seriously.
khakis on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if the point of punk is contrarianism, then agreeing with a bunch of people, it's a big like snake eating its own tail. Like, at no point will anyone ever be satisfied.
Yeah, and punk is kind of hard to do right now. Like, you can't do
Is
punk.
it? Yeah, what's the
right
punk scene?
now?
I don't know what the punk scene is at all. I
Well,
don't
you
know any other
can't
punk bands
because
than you guys.
everyone who's like, yeah, no, we're punk, including us. I mean, I swear,
punk-ish.
we're punk-ish because
Yeah.
you can't be like full-on punk these days because punk was a new thing. It was a revolt. It was something that people were like, fuck you.
Playing punk now is like speaking Latin. It's just it's dead.
think so?
Okay, like it's basically like, yeah, no, like I like hard rock or like I like classic rock. It's something respected. Back then, you were doing something new. That you were doing something new, and you were like forming your own identity. Like people who like the mohawk and the dyeing it different hair. People back then took strains if you dyed your hair not to let anybody know.
Yeah.
And some like asshole teenager was just like, you know what? Well, fuck you. Yeah. I'm gonna dye this shit green. And it was like a huge middle finger to Britain politics.
Yeah.
And that's what made punk was that it was like, it was politics. It was freaking awesome, and it was a way to express yourself and make kind of a difference. And then people got scared of it, but now it's just like, I have this shitty, like haircut, and it's nothing new. It's just kind of something fun, and nobody like literally attacks me in the street. I'm not really as brave as people are like, oh man, like I could never do that. It's like, dude, shit, like a grandma could do that. Nobody would care.
Well, it's your self-awareness that makes you so interested. Well, other than your obvious passion and lust for like everything, it's awesome
super
and refreshing.
Yeah.
But like the thing is that I don't know any punk bands at all other than Kill Your TV and you guys in the scene right now. But what I've noticed is that punk, it no longer sounds fun. It just sounds really angry and metal. Like now I can't distinguish between what's punk and what's metal anymore. Because now I see bands like, oh, we're a punk band. I listen to it and it just sounds like hardcore. It sounds metal.
And some of the
it.
best punk shit is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like just. It's hard to pull up an example, but when you're going like, Nazi punks, fuck off, like that's funny in its own
it totally
way.
is.
Well, it's a Dead Kennedy song,
Or
man.
Too Drunk to Fuck.
I know.
Like that's another one. You know what I mean? But wait, hold on. Before you get too busy into that, one of the things I wanted to mention real quick before we get too off subject is, when you're talking about like, oh, there's nothing really edgy about like how I dress or whatever necessarily because everyone is accepting of all of that.
Exactly.
Well, here's something interesting though. Is that you, much like the Descendants, will just go on stage in like gym shorts, and that to like what you did the other night,
I remember
which that to me is what is like the most punk of. That's why to me the Descendants is one of the most important punk bands because they dressed comfy. They dressed how they want to dress. Because if they're dressing like everybody else, then they're not really fucking punk, are they?
I honestly didn't even like think I was doing anything.
Exactly.
I honestly wanted bigger pockets because that is something that Garrett knows. Holy shit, you don't even know.
But that's why it's organic. That's what I mean. Is you're not trying to be anything, but that's different. You stand out. I've never seen anybody on stage in fucking like gym shorts before. Like that doesn't happen.
Honestly, do that. I just needed pockets to hold like a pencil. But my mom like is like always trying to make. She's gonna be listening to this and like,
I'm hearing
like
you curse.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
No, dude. Like,
bathroom's on the first one you left.
I have like conversations with her and I say fuck all the time, so that's kind of cool.
That's good.
Yeah, but I swear, like I know, like especially like in the early days of like me getting into music, she was just like, you have to present yourself and present your band a certain way, and I always just. It got me so angry.
I understand that.
Because I was like, dude, I'm just like, why do I... Because, like, I have paint stains on my pants right now, and I'm kind of surprised that my mom didn't mention it. But, like, she always is fighting, like, this losing battle with me. Like, she gets pissed off when I have mismatched socks. And it pisses me off because I'm like, why...
Well, that isn't... First of all... Mismatched socks means nothing. Nobody sees your shoes.
Exactly.
Or no one sees your socks. And even if they did, even if you took your shoes off, who's going to be like, oh, you fucking plebeian. Like, get out of here with your stupid mismatched socks. I no longer respect you.
Exactly.
And that doesn't matter.
But I guess, sometimes I have, like, my dad's sock on, which is, like, goes up to, like, my ankle.
That's hilarious. The
like,
people should think you're funny.
And it's like, I think it's funny, too. But it's just, what is laying around, and I just do it, and, like, honestly, I had no change of clothes that day. I was like, maybe I should change my gym shorts, and I was like, wait a second. fuck it, there's pockets here. Because I was like, I need to find pants that have bigger pockets because I am so pissed off with girl pockets. I always have been. It's not fair.
Yeah,
it's super
it's
fucking
bullshit.
sexist.
It's stupid.
I hate it.
What do you
So-
mean to say that women don't have as many things to do as men, therefore
No,
they have no
ser-
pockets?
Okay, we need bigger pockets to hold tampons. Like, fuck you.
To hold
You know-
everything.
No,
yeah.
but seriously, and so like I got pissed off that one day that like I like cut off pockets and sewed in new ones because I was like, fuck that, and that's what I was looking for that day, but I lost those
Still
pants.
talking about pockets?
Do you
I will
buy-
always,
No,
I
pockets
will
matter.
go all day talking about.
Do you just
pockets.
refuse to wear guy pants? Like, I'm not giving in. Fuck you.
No,
No,
Eventually-
my mom doesn't let me.
Oh, I thought
Really?
they didn't fit.
Yeah.
I thought they didn't fit around the
Yeah,
hips.
my mom doesn't let me because they don't fit.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah. Well, like it started out like, yeah, like Ava, I'm not gonna let you do that. And then I started realizing, like, that kind of makes sense since like guys have like different like, stuff down there.
Yeah, well, they would either be like too tight on the top, or
Exactly.
they would just be too baggy.
Because I have birthing hips,
Yeah.
So like, it's, so it's just like
Crazy stuff.
super tight around the thighs
Yeah.
and then perfect everywhere else.
Gotcha.
And yeah, you sit down and they rip.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, I pushed
but
So
those
then,
pockets,
and that's when you get like the the big like trucker dyke like
yeah,
like
you gotta
huge
get like
baggy
two
pants.
sizes too big.
Yeah,
and,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
So, yeah. That's why like that one day I was like, this is done. Like I'm done. So I just like ripped off those pockets and I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking do this myself. And those are my favorite pants
That's awesome.
Why don't you do that to all your pants?
because it takes a while.
It takes a long time, I
Yeah.
imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Fuck
I don't
buying a
have time.
purse. My girlfriend just wears a wallet.
Yeah.
There you
She
go.
just has a wallet. Like,
Yeah.
who cares? Like, I think the purse thing. Like, I don't think I've ever dated a girl in my life who had a purse. That's super foreign to
me
me.
neither.
Yeah.
I see people less and less with purses.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it's going away now.
the most I see now is like maybe a satchel. Like they'll have a satchel or
Like,
something
Indiana
like
Jones
that.
bag.
Yeah.
Purses suck, okay? Because you gotta keep an eye on them all the time. And, like, I can't just, like, climb a tree wearing a purse. Like, you gotta
Yeah,
be
because
skillful.
you need to climb trees. That's very important.
Climbing
Right?
trees is like the main part of our
What
friendship.
am I?
Yeah, that's kind of true.
I like how you worked then. Like, look, what if I'm climbing a tree, or what if I need to jump a canal or climb
It's-
a fence? Like,
It's true, though.
No, you're
like,
right.
Because, like, I do that shit sometimes. It's kind of like not wearing off, but, like, it's because, like, stupid clothes
And you're
freaking, like,
terrible at climbing trees.
hey, I'm better at climbing trees than,
Annabelle? I mean,
no, than, like, climbing walls and stuff. But, like, I don't climb trees as well as you guys because I don't have fucking upper body strength, you dink.
do push-ups.
but you have the heaviest
Dude,
guitar.
That
So
is
you'll
true.
get there.
That is true.
Or you get
My
scoliosis,
back is
one of the
probably
two.
better than theirs. But
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But here's the thing. One of the most interesting things about you as a bass player is that you pluck instead of use a pick, which I find so
Yeah.
respectable.
Dude, seriously.
Because I do half and half. I can't
Yeah.
commit all the way. I do half and half.
Oh,
I tell you to use a pick all the time. It's gonna make your life easier.
No.
No, fuck
Don't
you.
fucking listen to him.
yeah,
Do
I
it,
know. I know.
But definitely pluck.
I've had arguments before. Actually, I have this awesome bass teacher, and he's not into like hard. Like he's not into what I'm into.
Oh, you take lessons?
Yeah, I
Good
take
for you.
lessons, but he's like so great. He's in like a jazz band, and he's like super technical, and he's like, dude, I know all the Beatles songs, and you want to jam,
Good for you.
and type of thing, and he but the first freaking like day, he's just like, don't fucking use a pick, man, like that's like weak, like don't use a pick.
That's, like,
And
weak.
then- yeah, exactly, just like like fuck people who use picks, and like I was like like super moldable like brain because I was like first learning how to play bass, and like I didn't really know anything about anything, and I was like, okay, all right, fuck pick players, like I don't know. But it was
Don't
like
hit me again.
exactly, but it was like really cool because my like mom somehow got a hook up with like the bassist from Chicago. Right?
Oh, dude, I remember that. That was freaking sweet.
Freaking awesome. I got you a signature, but
Yeah.
I had a bass lesson with him once, and it was great. And I was like, dude, I asked him about, hey, what are your thoughts on picks and stuff, and he totally like shot me down. Like it was great because he was just like, dude, it has something to do with the bass. I love everything to do with the bass, so like why not? And I'm like, holy shit.
When as far as picking,
right.
like he's
yeah, like he's just like, yeah, I mean, like, it's a way, and he's just like, and then he showed me like this way of where like he was just like, dude, look what I can do, and he like could like flick, like he could flick the pick like 20 feet out, and he's just like, yeah, no, dude. So like one time I was playing this little bar, right, and I flicked it and I hit it and right in between somebody's eyes, and I was like, ooh, like that could have been a lawsuit, you know?
That's awesome.
But I know, and like it just totally made me respect it, and I've like been like trying to fiddle around with stuff on the pick, and like it, like because like it's, you know, it's something that has to do with the bass, and I'm starting to like fall in love with the instrument more and more.
I learned with the pick, and I'm I'm self-taught, which
That's
shows
awesome.
in my technique.
And it's like freaking great because you're an amazing
But I fuck
bassist.
up. Like my plucking technique is, so my plucking technique is the same. Is pretty much the exact same technique or similar to the technique that Steve Harris from Iron Maiden plays. Which in metal music is I accidentally started to played like him.
Yeah.
Which in metal music is fine, but in the music that we play, it can be a pain in the ass because I'm like smacking the string up against the fucking board.
That stupid slap.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. So like, so I play violently, so it kind of hits like that.
Yeah.
Unless I'm playing like there's certain songs on the album that I use my fingers on, and you can't tell because they're like subtler songs or softer songs. Like Mermaid is all like finger picking, or like plucking. But like if I were to play Catholic school like that, it's like bop, 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 bop,
Right,
which is like fine. It sounds good in its own right, but not for that song.
Exactly.
Plus, I grew up like my favorite bass player is Chris #2 from Anti-Flag.
Right.
He's my #1 guy. So he plays a pick, and it's just I love the sound of the violent picking. Like I think that sounds really cool. I think like the Descendants bass lines are awesome, but there's something special to me about the pick just violently, that sharp, crisp. Like I really dig it. But I do both. Like I play half the set with a pick. It's what what songs call for it.
And that's like kind of part of playing the instrument is like knowing when to use the pick and when to pluck.
Yeah.
And I just know how to pluck, and like even when I pluck, like I can still hear that clacking noise, and it makes me mad.
I'm fine with it now. I've gotten to a point where I've accepted it.
I
But
need to get there.
Being self-taught, you know, everything. But drums. I took like 3 years of drum lessons, so I'm a technically trained drummer.
That's probably great with like bass, so that you can like.
That's why I picked up on it so easily.
Yeah.
But like, so what about you, Gary? Do you take lessons?
I used to with this awesome guy named Jerry. And
Jerry, shout out to Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah. And then I got in a band, and I don't know. I just kind of stopped. I realized being in a band was a lot more fun than taking lessons.
Oh yeah.
So I just
Long
stopped.
shot. Yeah, no, for sure. Like taking taking lessons was important. I've always considered just taking lessons again. Like once I get to a point where sorry, fucking my stupid phone. Once I get to a point where I'm not working as much and I've got a little bit more free time, I think I am gonna take lessons like once every couple weeks, just for my own sake, just to pick up on it. Like you never get to a point where you should take lessons. Flea still does. Flea still takes lessons. Flea still goes to fucking like college for for music. Like Dude. You know what I mean? It's never too late to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And music, you're always learning. And I just want to get to a point where like I'm like good enough for like Garrett and Annabelle, because like I'm like because you're fucking bass. No, because like I'm the newest member of the band, and I'm also like the one least comfortable with my instrument.
Really?
Yeah.
You seem really confident though. You're really good at it.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing is just you mimic exactly what I play.
Exactly, and that makes me angry.
There's a trick. Okay, here's a trick. So do you know scales on a bass?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's all you need to know.
I know, but like
you got it.
It's like weird. Yeah.
Like,
I'm like trying to find a way to integrate it into like our music. Like sometimes we jam and I'm like, you know what, I got this. But then like other times it's just like, shit, I need to study up on my arpeggios.
Don't even think about shit like that. Don't think about like this is my advice from a big dumb idiot who doesn't actually know anything about technique or music. It's all about what you hear in your head. First of all, what you feel, definitely with bass, obviously, is what you feel.
Yeah.
But more importantly, like just what's fun. I mean, whatever is fun. Like you don't have to get caught up on like crescendo and arpeggio. Like don't let those bullshit words that are like overcomplicated make it sound like it's harder than it is, because it's not. At the end of the day, bass is the funnest and most free instrument that you can choose. You can always change shit up. You can always improv stuff, and no one notices. That's the best part.
Right?
So,
Dude, I mess up constantly, and nobody notices, and I'm like, how?
Exactly.
Right? And I guess it's kind of freeing in a way, because it's not like a high-pitched instrument where, like, if you fuck up, everybody notices. But, like, in the bass, it's just like you have, like, I guess, a free range.
Well, and also a lot of it is mimicry, though. I mean, think about your favorite bass players, and think about, like, their little bass things that they do, and then, like, try to throw that into a couple of your own songs, and then eventually you'll learn how to do it.
I think you guys do something, and it always makes me smile, is where, like, Josh goes like da-na-na-na-na, and then you go like da-na-na-na-na, and it's
Elvis?
Yeah.
Oh, Elvis, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I freaking love that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're talking to each other.
I can't take credit for that. Was all Josh's idea.
It's
I can't take credit for that.
awesome. I love
but
it.
yeah, I'm just playing the same notes that the guitar is playing.
Yeah, but it's
I'm,
not,
like,
at
sliding.
the same time, so it's like unique.
But and no one expects, like, it's so funny because I think that part is like. But like
it's
every
so
time I
cool,
play
though.
it live, people are like, yeah, and I'm like,
It's
why?
great.
Why are you cheering?
Okay.
So cool.
It is so cool. I
It's
love
like 4
it
notes,
every
and
time. I
everyone's
know,
like,
but it's
woo.
like. But okay, so it's like cool when the guitar plays it, but then
Yeah.
when the bass comes
No,
in.
that's what you have though. You have the added advantage of no one ever expects you. So
Right.
when you play a bass solo, no one expects it, even if it's
Exactly.
not hard.
And
That's
it's
what
so
you gotta do.
Fucking great. It's just. Oh, hello.
That's my girlfriend coming in the house.
Awesome.
But that's the thing about bass is know that you always have the element of surprise.
Right.
So you're always able to, like, even if you're doing something simple,
Yeah.
that you have that under your belt. So use that.
I
Like,
think-
find little beats to use that.
I think I have like an element of surprise, like personally to me, mostly because I'm like the active one on stage.
Oh yeah, you do
And-
all the movement.
Yeah, you used to move, but I don't know where that went.
I just
You're
kinda
singing.
stuck-
You have
You
to
just
pay
stopped.
attention to singing.
You know what?
Yeah.
I started doing it, and then you're like, you know what? She's doing all the work. I don't have to do anything. And I was just like, what the hell?
It's
so
more
like
fun to play to the wall, Ava.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, no, but like, but because like people like, there's a stereotype for bassists of just like sitting there and playing and watching everything.
Like
and-
sadly, like the bassist for the Marionettes.
Yeah,
I forget what,
yeah.
No, not Austin.
Chris.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Austin Dress.
It happens, dude. I
played
played with bands. I played with this band once, and this house show. And the bassist the entire time had his back to the audience, literally the entire time, not moving,
People-
just standing there.
like,
Like I was like, "What the
You
fuck?" And we
think
like,
you'd think that would be cool, but it would only be cool.
Punky the God.
Okay, no, it would be punk if the whole
not
band
punk.
did it.
You're right.
then it would just be, yeah, I guess it would just be, fuck that.
That'd be too
That's what.
coordinated.
Yeah, I know. No, okay, no, but no. Playboy Man Baby did something like that on their EP release show, where they like all like they were all like frozen or something.
Oh,
And
see,
then-
that shit's different.
Yeah.
Choreography is totally different.
freaking great.
I'm just talking about being a douche canoe. Like, that's
Exactly,
what
where you're like,
happens.
I'm just like too cool, and I guess it's like a way to protect yourself from messing up, right? Or looking dumb. And I know I look stupid on stage all the time. There was this one time where I attacked Garrett.
That was rude.
That was rude.
Hurt my feelings.
Just
I'm
do
sorry.
whatever you want here.
No, but
Don't-
like people love that shit. And I was
don't-
like, that's
yeah,
weird.
Definitely don't focus on being cool.
Yeah.
Because like that's the minute. Like just be yourself.
Yeah, it's
just
funny
do whatever
when you're
you want to do.
silly and you do stuff.
Yeah, you guys are super silly. That's the important thing. Be silly, have fun, like enjoy yourselves. Because if you enjoy yourself, then the audience enjoys themselves. If you fucking hate it and it sucks, then the audience is gonna feel the same way. It's an energy
Yeah.
transference.
Yeah.
You have to keep each other going.
Exactly.
So, and that's the other thing is, and you also have to be confident. Like no one wants
Yeah.
to go out and see a band stare at their shoes. No one wants to see a
Yeah.
band like with their head and their shoulders. Like you want to go out and see Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
You want to go out and see people who are crazy confident and having fun. You know,
Yeah.
James Brown, Sex Machine. That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and you guys totally have that. You guys are super fun and like having a good time. Like I think that's a part of the reason that you guys have garnered the name that you have and like you've gotten the little amount of like success and following that you've gotten so far is because people dig it. People dig the fact that you're having fun. Like even if a band, like I was talking about with you guys before, the reason that I wanted to be in a band with Josh, the person I'm in a band with, is because he was having fun. His band sucked shit.
Right, yeah.
But I wanted to be in a band with him because they were having fun. So as long as you guys have fun, which you totally do.
Yeah, sorry, it
got
was
it.
my dad.
No,
and I
you're
was like,
totally
oh shoot,
fine.
I gotta, yeah.
No, you're totally good. I mean, I would have never, no one would have even known if you wouldn't have brought it up. But see, now you brought it up, and now it's weird.
Oh.
So good job.
That shit always happens to me. Yeah.
So where, again, and I do hate asking people this, but you're one of the only bands that I think it's appropriate. Where did the name come from?
Oh my god, yes!
I hate when people ask that, but
No,
you guys, it's actually an
This
enigma.
one's funny.
Yeah, we were trying to find a name after Endangered Species, like, disbanded or whatever.
Yeah. Oh
And
my
we were
gosh.
just sitting around.
Yeah, we were honestly all laying in different rooms.
Yeah,
yelling
for like a solid hour.
random
we were just like
shit.
yelling names at
Right.
each other. And I
Get
yelled
it.
zero
What were
degrees.
some of them? What was some? What were
Oh
some
my
of
god,
them?
I don't even remember.
I don't.
Like it was like after the fact, but like I came up with something called the Easily Amused, and that's better than
Works.
0 Degrees
Yeah.
North. But
Yeah,
no,
but
okay, Garrett.
I
swear.
shouted 0 degrees north as a joke, and me
Yeah,
and Ava burst
no,
into laughter.
I laughed so hard because I was just like, that is so dumb, you know?
It's the worst name
It's
ever.
so
we have a
bad.
horrible name.
But what happened is that we agreed because we thought the other two liked the name.
Yeah, I thought Ava
That-
and Annabelle liked it. Annabelle thought... No, Annabelle actually did like it.
Yeah.
And then
And
Ava
I
thought
thought-
me and Annabelle liked it. So
Right.
we do everything on a 2/3 vote.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean,
And
fine,
that
makes sense.
honestly, like that was actually I think one of our name things was like what 2/3 or like not 2/3 but it was 2 against 1.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. It was 2 against
Easily
1.
Amused is good, but no one else has the name 0 Degrees North.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the only
exactly,
thing we have
that's
going
why
for
we-
us is that it's unique.
Totally unique.
But
Yeah,
it's
exactly,
Such,
and it- I
it's
guess
a horrible name.
You could dive deep into it saying like it's 0 Degrees North. We're not going anywhere because blah 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 blah. But no, Gary just made a joke and I thought it was like
We're not-
funny as a stupid name. And I guess that's like a kind of funny name, and that's why we've kind of like kept it because of that story.
And
But
then we've done too much. We can't go back now.
Yeah.
We're in too deep.
I mean, like we've like done like fun like playoffs on like our name. Like we have like it is like, there's even an Instagram account, but we made like a separate like our band's alter ego called North Degrees 0,
I like that a lot.
where we all switch instruments to the left.
I got drums, she has guitar, and Annabelle plays bass.
Yes.
It's hilarious and
I
amazing.
know when I sing, oh my god, dude, it's bad. But no, we're like better than 0 Degrees North.
I think
Forget,
so.
we're the
You
shit.
think you're better than 0 Degrees
Oh,
yeah,
North?
definitely. We just don't have
Are
the
you gonna put out
motivation.
an EP?
Yeah, we don't.
Okay, here's a question for you. And maybe I'm going totally fucking insane. I don't think that I am, but I can't seem to find. You guys are missing songs that I thought you released.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep, that's happened.
yeah, that
What's
happened.
okay?
Don't
What?
worry about that.
I thought I was so confused.
Yeah,
I was like,
no,
did I
we
dream
took it
this?
off.
What the fuck?
Wait,
is
no,
the deal?
yes, you
Yeah,
did.
you did. We
Talk
never
about
had
talk about
those.
this because I was legit like freaking out about this. Tell the story of the missing song, the Beatles quadrilogy.
The Beatles.
Yeah, so we have like
We're just
like
gonna
John Lennon
mooch off
pooped,
our
Paul
own
McCartney
stuff.
pooped. We had all 4 of the Beatles pooping.
Yeah.
And then we realized we have an album with like 16 songs on it as
Yeah.
our first album. I mean, I don't know what it was, but we have like this whole set of all 4 of these Beatles pooping. We're like,
Yeah.
well, we'll just take those out. We'll just take them out, and then we're gonna release an EP of all these Beatles pooping.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I was
Yeah.
hoping that you were
Yeah,
ever gonna do
we're
that.
Because
gonna
we're like,
do
we
that.
have 15, 16 songs. That's enough for an album and an EP.
Yeah.
We'll just take these out. I
Leave
mean,
them wanting more.
Yeah.
we're gonna change a couple of the songs, but keep the song names. Actually, I think all but like one
We
of
still
them
need
we're
to do
changing.
we need a lipstick. That one has gotta stay the same.
Yeah.
I love lipstick.
So we're
So
keeping
what was
one.
that? Why do the songs actually tell the story of?
No, those
no.
extra 4 songs are except one of them, they were all really bad. So we just took them out and we're like, you know what? We'll make different songs, keep the names.
Keep the
and we'll-
names.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, there was one song where like
Yeah,
the
we have
bass
one
So you
line-
called the Brown E EP.
No, seriously.
Oh yeah.
No way.
But yeah, one of the Beatles
Sergeant
songs,
Pooper's Lonely
like,
Hearts Club.
all about like transgender rights. And
Yeah,
we
which
keep
is-
that one because it's really good.
That one's
Well,
awesome.
we
No,
really
but
like
there's
it.
like another song where like the
I'm
bass
sure they're
line-
gonna be really enthralled that you named a song about their rights.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
Oh shit!
No.
I didn't even realize.
No, that's
Oh,
hilarious. You
about-
should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Well, we usually just call it lipstick for our own like use.
Uh-huh.
But so like maybe it shouldn't be a Beatles and it should just be something else.
Maybe we'll figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, because we were constantly like changing our minds about
No,
stuff.
I hear you.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, I remember like hearing those, and then I'd be on Spotify and be like, these songs do these songs not exist? Like, what's the word on this?
Okay, so we have like the like CD covers that I have like a print shop, and like they help us like print out like basically everything, and there's like all the songs names and stuff, and I don't know how to go back and edit it, so basically there's the like all of like the Paul McCartney poops blah 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 blah, but we just crossed it out.
Oh yeah,
With Sharpie.
That's
And-
hilarious.
Yeah, it's good.
I've had to do show like that before. We released a cassette tape that almost all like we didn't even cross them out. Like we released a cassette tape back a long time ago called The Beach Cult Sessions, and on the side B it says Austin's Perfect Date. That's all side B says. And
Yeah, I have that.
Do you have that?
You gave me it, and I think what happens?
Your backside might have. I don't know if it does
I
or
don't
not.
know, but I'm like Austin's Perfect Date.
I think the one that I gave you does.
Oh, cool.
The one that I gave you at the show that we
Yeah.
played at the Trunk Space, that has it. Because I made those later.
Right.
But there's a huge batch of those that don't... The side B is just side A repeated over again.
Yeah.
But because Austin's Perfect Date was the story that... It's a 20-minute story that... Or maybe it's not. I think it's under 20 minutes. But that Austin told us without knowing that he was being recorded.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's the story of him talking about what his perfect date would be like. And it was the most ridiculous, cartoonish story I've ever heard. And it's him like talking about going on a date with this girl, and they go to a show, and she doesn't know that he's in Phantom Party, and he takes her to see Phantom Party,
Oh
and then
my
she
God.
doesn't realize when he leaves and goes to the drum riser that he's in the band, and then he I can't tell this. The story is so funny, and at the end he like gets torn apart, like his limbs get torn off him, like Attila the Hun
Oh, wow.
style,
Dude.
and like he's like screaming for the girl to help because his fans are tearing him apart. And it's just this ridiculous story that he's telling off the cuff,
Yeah.
and doesn't know he's being recorded.
Yeah.
And then I put that onto a cassette tape. But some of them don't have that, and because I just didn't want to go through the process of this long because I recorded all of them by myself in the apartment.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go through a cassette place. I just plugged my iPod into my cassette player and hit like record play and recorded it that way on a cassette
That's
tape.
like freaking awesome.
But it just took forever when I had the Austin's Perfect Date thing on there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, yeah, I totally get it. But at least you guys crossed it out, whereas me, they're just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, and the zine numbers. Like when we released the zines, I'm an idiot. On the master copy, I wrote number 1, but then I Xeroxed that copy. However many times we pressed it or whatever.
So like
all of them say number 1. So we had to cross. So as we stapled all of them, we had like a cross them out station. So like we'd have to cross them out and staple it, cross it out. We cross it out right where the actual number is. So if you look at like those old zines, there's like a scribble. It says the actual number.
freaking awesome.
But no, it's fun. Like, and I like how like I just like your work ethic and your hustle. Like you're playing shows like crazy. What shows do you have coming up?
That's good.
Well, we were gonna be playing the 12th of April 12th
I am
at the
so
Trunk
mad.
Space, but she can't make it.
Oh,
so-
what happened?
Theater, okay? We're doing this thing called Mr. CHS, and it's probably gonna be a good show, but I've been procrastinating, so I don't know. But like where it's basically like a play on beauty pageants, where we get like a lot of these kids from school and boys from school, and they do like a Mr. CHS. I'm like.
Yeah.
Shit, and like we do like skits and stuff, but that doesn't matter. It's on April 12th.
Wait. What are you more passionate about?
Music.
Then fucking do that. Like
No, but it's like a mandatory theater
gotcha.
thing, right? It's APAC
Oh,
after.
is it for like for school? Like
It
it's
is
required?
for school. It is required. It is a grade, and it's
Man.
mandatory.
Well, how
And
much of
I
a
am-
grade?
Yeah, that's my thing. Like,
can you take the-
I
Okay, no,
don't
but
wanna
here's
lead
the
you
thing.
astray, but
Here's-
like, does it really matter?
Here's the thing: it's probably gonna be freaking hilarious though, because like our skit, I don't know why.
No, look, do it because obviously it matters.
I
But
know.
at the same time,
I know, but like
at the
it's
same
no.
time, Garrett, you should just play the show. Like, anyway.
No, seriously,
can't.
you should. You should. No, seriously,
No, that'd just be fucked up.
I know. But okay, no, but like my part in Mr. CHS is gonna be a jazzercise teacher.
Okay, well that's hilarious.
But I'm like super excited about, just basically the costume. So
So where's this being held at?
at my school,
What school?
well, that's actually at Chandler Center for the Arts.
Okay, Chandler Center of the Arts, April 12th, 0 degrees north base to
Yeah, you can come see me in a fucking leotard.
Our next actual show is the April 21st at Club Red. And
Ooh,
Is it
tell me how
Club
it
Red?
is. I've never played the Club Red. You have to tell me how
Club
that
Red
goes.
is pretty, like, it's
Club Red's
pretty
really
alright,
cool.
I heard it's
actually.
weird. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
pretty weird. It's like
heard
two
it's weird for
stages.
bands.
Yeah, it's like they have one like main stage and then
And then a little shitty
right
stage,
next door
which is the one that we
is the
Do
play.
they
smaller
have
stage.
two bands at once?
Yeah,
Are they in the
sometimes.
same
Sometimes,
room?
yeah.
Or are they separated?
No, like they're separated by a wall.
It's just one big wall.
It's kind of the underground. When you
Yeah,
play the underground,
but,
it's
like,
a band
they-
at the Nile.
They
Yeah.
always have security, and it's like,
Yeah, because Club Red's more of a rap venue. I'm always surprised when they book local rock bands
yeah.
there because it's
Like
not really
we're
built for
usually parts of like like Winter Throwdown or like a summer thing. Like usually
that.
our
Yeah,
bigger one was
we
like, Winter
turned we
Throwdown.
turned down like this really sketchy offer that we got to play there once.
Yeah.
So-
They usually seem super sketchy. but,
Well,
like,
it's
it
not.
turned
I don't think it
out-
was Club Red. They were going through some sketchy promoters, and we were like, this isn't
Yeah.
legit.
It's scary.
But yeah. So those are the two shows. Anything after April?
We have April 29th. We're doing some That's some
Yeah, it's
festival
a-
thing,
like a
like
ben-
Yucca Tap Room in 51
Yeah,
West.
it's a benefit show.
Really?
benefit show. Yeah,
Yeah.
and both the venues are going at the same time.
What's that? Is that the Tempe Yard Go Go thing, or is that over? I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to look into that. That sounds really cool. I love living where I live because I'm like a stone's throw away from 51 West.
Right. Oh,
Like it's
dude.
right there.
That's awesome.
So
Jealous.
it's really
Yeah.
fun to
Don't-
play. That's why I live 51 West so much. Me and Josh live like right across the street.
Don't you just have to like rent the room though?
Yeah. Okay. No. There's a couple different ways to do 51 West. You can either do like a split, which is what some bands will do, and that's when they have like the promoter help you.
Yeah.
But that's not. Depending on what you want out of it, that can work. What we found works is we just rent the space for $150, and then or for $150.
Okay,
No,
well,
actually, yeah.
okay.
For $150, we rent out the space, and then we take everything else as profit to split between the bands.
All right.
So which is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah,
or
but that like makes sure that you really want to like promote the show because
Exactly,
you need
do
to
it
make
yourself.
money, but
Yeah.
we're like we don't have money to.
but if you
We
but
nickel and dime.
$10 $10 a ticket, 15 people are there. You paid off the venue.
Right,
Everything
but
else is
it-
you know what I mean.
We just feel bad charging people for shows. Like I feel bad.
Don't.
I just
Yeah,
Don't feel bad. I mean, right now that's fine. You guys are in high
Yeah.
school. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
I
But,
don't
like,
feel
when you
bad.
do-
More of it just stresses me out.
It
And then I feel
really
like I'm like,
does.
all right, now I really have to get this crap going.
No, I understand. I
And
understand
then you
that.
bring like a couple of friends, a family, and then one person returns a ticket.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing. When you're in high school, there's two different things. It doesn't matter if you really make money because you're in high school.
Yeah.
Secondly, though, it's also really great to sell tickets because it's so much easier because you are constantly around your peers and tons of different people.
That's
so it's
true, but
easier to grow when you're
Yeah.
But at the same time, like don't be afraid to sell shit because that's what you need to do in order to do anything, in order to make good records, in order to have studio time, in order to have more merch. Like Anthony Fama from the Redemptions was on the podcast and he referred to a musician's job as a shit salesman. And I really can't disagree with him. Like,
Yeah.
sell shit with coffee mugs and all that kind of stuff because that's what people buy. And the more things people buy from you, the better you can make your art because the more money you're
Yeah.
going to have to put into it.
Swear, I
So it's an
spent-
unfortunate, dark
Yeah.
twist of things, but in order, you have to make money in order to fucking do what you have to do.
I spent so long, like on a break or something, I don't know, but so long knitting 0 degrees north beanies.
I love
Oh, yeah.
those, though. I've seen them.
I know, right? But like, like legit 2 hours each one.
Did you give them for free?
No,
Okay,
no,
good. See,
holy
there you go.
shit!
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, Garrett wants me to knit him a pair of pants.
Dude, it'd be
Do it!
awesome. Right? Pair of pants.
Not in a fucking million years, bitch! I swear.
Well, because then you're gonna have to
I-
like tailor
no.
to him specifically, and you're gonna have to like touch his
Yeah.
leg and
Well,
like, get
okay,
out
yeah.
in that area.
No, I don't care about that crap. It's just it would take a year. Like, and I'm not like really joking about
Yeah.
that. Like, it might take a year. You're skinny
I'm
and
willing to
everything.
wait.
Well, dude,
You're willing to.
here's the thing, though.
It's all
People-
about you.
People respect DIY. People want DIY. Though.
I know,
That's the
I
thing.
know,
That's
yeah.
why people that's why people buy the cassette tapes that we have, or,
Yeah, it's so cool.
take the zines that we have, is because people like DIY.
Yeah.
People like homemade.
And it's almost pure profit. Like,
Exactly.
I sold those things
Fuck
for like
yeah, now you're
$10,
thinking.
which was probably a steal of a deal for the other end.
Yeah, we probably should have sold those for 15, but
15, 20.
Well, how did you guys do your cassette tapes?
Cassette tapes?
Oh,
Did you go
we
through
just-
somebody?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you because they look super good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, who'd you go through?
Like a website.
Because
Yeah, I forget what it was,
we're gonna want to do that too.
Yeah, we just looked up cassette making,
Yeah,
and it was
there you
like
go.
one of the first websites.
That's how you do it. I mean, like CD Baby for CDs, and then
Yeah.
cassette
Yeah.
making for everything else. Like that totally works. Like for cassettes, I mean, you can do it yourself, or you can go through somebody else. Like it all works. The cool thing about going through somebody else is where like if you're gonna make cassettes yourself, sure you can spend $20 on like 30 cassette tapes and do it yourself and whatever.
Yeah.
But if you go to somebody else, you get colored cassette tapes and you get like
Yeah.
it's actually on the tape itself, and the J card is nice and well done, and like
Yeah.
that's really really nice.
But you gotta do all that research, which is really.
Okay, that's the one thing. That's one of the reasons we didn't go through a cassette place.
Yeah.
We could not find somewhere to do it.
Yeah, but yeah, because it takes a while to be like, all right, this is like the best deal, and like blah 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 blah. I'm so glad. I think Dan did a lot of that work.
Yeah. Cassettes are weird. It's because like people they wanna have the cassette not to like listen to the cassette. They're like, oh cool, it's more of like a souvenir.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh cool,
I didn't know
souvenir.
that.
That's why you have to like add like download codes on the
Yeah,
inside.
we have download
And
codes.
there
Yeah.
are like of course there are some people who like legitimately like listen to cassettes.
Yeah,
because
there are
that's-
those people,
That's
but-
what they listen to, and they actually have the technology. But a lot of people just don't have technology.
Yeah.
They're more of just like, check out this cassette.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
see, I definitely have cassette like player. I have a cassette player, but at the same time, I know some people. But at the same time, you're in high school, so a lot of people have like shitty cars with just a cassette player. So
Yeah.
you've got that.
Okay,
market
I
covered.
have that, but my cassette player does not work. Well,
Mine
I
doesn't
did
work
have
either.
that, but
I
mine
don't know what the
doesn't
deal
work.
is. Cassette players
They
broke.
just break. I have like a $20 like Walmart cassette slash like cassette player slash like recorder slash thing because I was like doing something for his birthday. But yeah. I don't have a point to this.
Trailing off. No, that's totally fine. There's some kind of stupid joke in there somewhere about directions and 0 degrees north, but I'm not gonna find it. So anyway, so that's a fucking. That's a good place to stop, man. We'll just fucking stop it there. Like,
Sounds
thank you
good.
guys so much for
Thanks.
coming over.
Thank you
so
for
much
having
for
us.
having
Yeah,
this
of
was
course.
so much
like,
fun.
you were one of the first people who I thought of, like, cause just like I want people who are enthusiastic, and there's
Yeah.
no better word to describe your band than enthusiastic. So,
That was a bad one.
and I'm excited to
Swear
meet.
to God, look at the elbow.
I'm excited to meet the drummer as well. Like I still
Yeah.
haven't really talked to her yet. Like she's not
Well,
nearly
we
as
haven't
like,
really
loud
talked
as
to
you.
Oh my God. Didn't it take you like a couple months to even hear her voice?
Yeah. It took
Yeah, see that's why I don't
She's
really
just-
know her.
I don't know, she's just quiet. She's Annabelle. She's
Yeah,
amazing.
she's awesome. She's planning a murder in her head.
That's totally fine. You guys can take a picture of it and put it on your album cover or something like
That'd
that.
be
Oh my
wicked.
gosh.
Totally work.
Dude.
Say like Randy's wife on it or something.
Yes, the Randy's Wife EP is perfect.
Holy
Yeah.
crap. Oh God.
Oh man, there's a band that actually did that though. There's a
Murdered?
band called Mayhem,
Yeah.
and their guitarist, I think it was their guitarist, one of the people in the band like blew their brains out, and the guy got like so they're one of the people in the band found his body. It's a really dark turn this fucking podcast just took. Found his body, took a picture of it, and made it their album cover.
Oh my god.
And like took a piece of his skull and made it into a necklace.
Oh,
And
he's
I went,
more punk than me.
I went into this. You can find their music. It's a legit thing. They're like Swedish or some bullshit like
What?
that. Some crazy European band. Like maybe not Sweden, maybe like Sweden or Iceland or some kind of crazy stuff. But there's a picture disc, like vinyl of that in the Museum of Death in Hollywood, which is where I went last week, which was awesome. But yeah, you get to see like it's anyway. Yeah, Mayhem. Check it out.
Talk about
Wow.
friendship.
Right?
Don't worry, I'm calling the cut. Click. Calling the cops.
Dude, this is gonna be we're gonna sell so much. Like,
Dude, that album cover is banned in so many places. Like, it's so crazy. Anyway, 0 Degrees North, you guys are amazing. Catch your fucking play at the Center for Plays.
And
And then, but seriously, you guys are awesome. The Randy Randallson EP out. It's awesome. So much fun. The first album, Mandatory Storytelling.
Yeah.
Also, is that what it's called? Oh, Storytime.
mandatory story time, yeah.
Story time. Also wonderful, super fun. But again, with you guys, it's the live show is what you want to see.
Yeah.
The album
Yeah.
is just a little taste. You
Right.
gotta go to the show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I'll definitely next time you guys have something going on, fucking let me know. We'll get it on the show. We'll do what we can to promote it and have a good time and have fun, man. All right, well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.